Let's get into this topic. DaBaby. Let's just start there. Okay, so let me give you guys some backstory. Real quick, fast, in a hurry. So, I don't know, past Sunday, whatever, Rolling Loud, Miami, had a performance which was already a little bit controversial, but as a call to action, some people, if you got $100 in your pocket, put your hands in the air. If you got real hair, put your hands in the air. Like, certain people do a call to action. Entertainers do a call to action to get the crowd going. Well, DaBaby did the same thing, just a little bit different. Kind of insulting and offending people who have HIV and AIDS and the LGBTQ plus community. Made some inappropriate things. Y'all could look that up. We're not going to put it here. But what we're going to address with this situation is sometimes you just need to sit down. Just let that rock. So, yes, DaBaby has apologized. But his apologies, I'm gonna be honest with you, is just trash. And I'm gonna state this, that yes, it's trash, but I think, as weird as it sounds, it's genuine trash. What do I mean by that? I think he just doesn't necessarily know better, right? I think he honestly thought it was genuine. He's an entertainer. He was put on the stage to entertain. And maybe in his shows, he says things like that because he has a connection with his audience or whatever. But in such a big, and if y'all didn't see that crowd on Rolling Loud, you wonder why COVID is back? You need to see that audience, period. But with a bigger audience like that, you may want to scale back on some of the things that you do on your personal tours, right? So if y'all heard the rant, if y'all heard that call to action, it was dumb. It wasn't even needed. It was just left, right? And there is one apologies that I have up on the screen for my YouTube people, but for my audio people, he tweeted out, anybody who's ever been affected by AIDS/HIV, y'all got the right to be upset. What I said was insensitive, even though I have no intentions on offending anybody. So my apologies. But the LGBT community, I ain't tripping on y'all. Do you? Y'all business is y'all business. So the thing is, this has gotten a lot of attention. You have Sir Elton John commenting on, you don't know your facts about HIV and AIDS. You don't know your facts on the community, right? Because one of the parts is like, yo, if if you don't have HIV and AIDS, put your cell phone lighters up or something like that, right? It was just weird. It was just very, very weird. The performance in itself was weird. Now, T.I. jumps in, was like, yo, y'all giving DaBaby the problem, but y'all let Lil Nas X do whatever he wants. T.I., stop, right? And I posted earlier, like, we've gone back and forth about this topic. We can't continue to put so many expectations on these celebrities and influencers. Like, we just can't. People are raised differently. They're brought up differently. They have different views. Just because something is accepted doesn't mean that everybody understands it. and can speak intelligently on it. DaBaby can't intelligently speak on things he doesn't really go for or understand. Now, granted, should he just be quiet about it? Yeah, but it's freedom of speech, right? I'm not condoning what he said. I think it's really dumb and just, like I said, it's just very ignorant what he said, but he doesn't know better. It's like, he legitimately doesn't know better. So he thought it was, it was nothing. And if you look at it from what it was, it's just random. It's just super random. In the times that we are in, it's a little bit, we insensitive culture. I'm not even called cancel culture. We're just insensitive culture.
Yeah.
So understanding, just when we are in bigger platforms, let's fall back a little bit. Let's just do what we were paid for, and let's perform our gift and keep it moving, right? But what he is doing is continuously trying to apologize, and it just sounds all bad. And so he got dropped from brands. He got dropped from festivals. He's people he's featured with are not co-signing with him no more. But here is where I give him small props. I give him small props because with all the situation that is happening, he still dropped the video. With everything that is happening, he is still about his business. I feel as I wouldn't do it that way. I'm not saying it's wrong how he's going about it. I just wouldn't go it that way. I would be quiet. I would drop my video. I would keep it moving. Find somebody from a team who can give me a proper apology and not even try to take on that horse. Not even try. I would be like, yo, write this up for me. Boom. I'll do a video. I'll tweet it out, whatever it is. But let me go about my business, because you can't knock the craft. You can't knock how good and on a winning streak that DaBaby has been. But we expect too much, and we expect these celebrities and influencers to be full in tune with the world and the different cultures and love everybody and respect everybody and know the trigger words. This is a dude who's on a winning streak, who we don't know how his background was. If he likes, if he knows anybody with HIV and AIDS, maybe he doesn't know a single person. Or maybe the people who he does know is in a negative way. We don't know if he knows anybody from the LGBTQ plus community, what his relationships with them are. We just don't know. And so as an audience, as a fan, as a community, we got to lay off. Like, my man's going to make mistakes. You can't sit here and say he isn't trying to apologize. It's just ignorant apologies. Teach him. Instead of criticizing him, instead of downplaying him, teach him. He's going to learn, because money is now taken away. Brands are pulling out. Festivals are pulling out. He's going to get taught. Prime example is just like bigger platforms. Let me just perform. That's it. When I'm in my space, when I'm in my hometown, when I know what the crowd is doing, let me be a little bit more lenient. That's like how I look on social media. In my platform, I can say whatever I want. I can do what I want, post whatever I want, say. When I get on other people's lives, when I go, there's a little difference. I act right. I don't know them. They don't know me. I'm not going to act a fool. But that's how I would do.
Yeah. Man, I mean, honestly, I have really nothing to share about the situation, but what I will say is I like kind of the point that you're taking it in, which is like, yo, perform what you're paid to do.
Facts.
Stop doing extra. All right, like just keep that part simple. But more specifically to people of the audience and either fans of a particular person or a community, wherever it is, I think it's really time for us to start becoming our own heroes a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's cool to appreciate somebody's artistry, but I think this generation is becoming obsessively attached to every single word, every single move, every single piece of clothing that somebody wears that they want to emulate and become like.
Yeah.
That it's really setting us up for almost disaster in a way. I think we need to start becoming our own heroes a little bit more. Like, yo, you know what? I admire this dude, but man, I love the heck out of me. Shout out to T.O., if anyone remembers. But, you know, he was just big. Like, yo, I love me some me. And
Yeah.
I think we need to embrace that a little bit more. Like, we're becoming too tied to just a few big names in each industry. And we're so big on what they do, and then we just sway our entire momentum, and it shifts the community and the culture based on what those people do. But yo, you got a voice, you got a talent, you got a skill set, you know, and that's why I appreciate so much what we do here, because we're trying to make it more about the authenticity of something instead of a focus strictly on the numbers and the followers and the likes and the comments. Like, we're not even worried about that. Like, I love the comment that, you know, you showed me of what someone put on the YouTube show. It's like, you know, it's only a matter of time for you guys. You better not give up. It's like, that's cool, right? Like that, I appreciate stuff like that. So yeah, I don't really have nothing to comment about the situation. I mean, I think, you know, you broke it down wonderfully in terms of both sides and what it's like. But I think for our listeners, man, I think we need to start becoming our own heroes a little bit more. Admire some of these, you know, favorite people, but yo, love on you. Like, you know, like you got enough swag to not have to be so caught up in what other people are doing, so that I think also when you have that value and worth for yourself, you're not hurt by somebody making a comment that you, oh my God, it hurt my feelings. Like, no, what they said, you know, doesn't line up with who you know yourself to be. Don't pay it so much attention. And I think over time, this stuff is going to kind of pass by like water under the bridge. So that's my hope for, you know, how people will respond. But I do think there's a word in that, like, love on you.
That, and just be the change. If you have such a problem with it, be the change. That was one of the things I was going to tweet. I was going to tweet, like, if y'all have such a problem with some of these celebrities and influencers, then you become one. Like, they're given the same opportunities as we are.
Same tools, for sure. Yep. You got a phone, you got that. Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm not sitting here saying that all of them should be as vocal as they are. Some need to be quiet. But they are given the same tools, like you said. And I'm like, you have a problem, then become one. Yeah. Get an audience, put out a message, create a platform, keep it moving, and serve those people and entertain those people, motivate those people. Do whatever you need to do. But lay off of how hard you are on somebody, because the comeback is going to be disgusting.
Yeah.
We've seen it too many times where somebody gets killed, canceled, all that great stuff, and they come back and they're like, yo, this is great. Yo, sit down.
People love them again.
Yeah, sit down.